Coming to you from our Eros Park studios on a Wednesday night in Windhoek, this is the midweek edition of Primetime News. Many thanks for joining me. I'm Michael Madimba. In the lead tonight, President Nangolo Mbumba has described the relationship between Namibia and Botswana as a breath of fresh air, amid a war which is currently witnessing rising geopolitical tensions. Now, Mbumba lauded the peace, unity and respect shared between the two countries. The president made the remarks at the opening of the Sokobund International Trade Exposition, where he introduced Botswana President Mokgweetsi Masisi, who was the guest of honor.
The relationship between Namibia and Botswana, characterized by kinship, good neighborliness, and mutual respect, must be treasured by all of us. In a world which is currently witnessing rising geopolitical tensions, it is indeed a breath of fresh air to enjoy the peace, unity, and respect we share between Botswana and Namibia and all their people.
On to developments in the August House. Minister of Home Affairs, Immigration, Safety and Security, Dr. Albert Kawana, on Tuesday stated that Namibia will not recognize same-sex marriages as the country's values, traditions and customs are anchored in Christianity. Kawana was motivating the marriage bill in the National Assembly following the passing of two private members' bills by SWAPO parliamentarian Jerry Kanjo addressing same-sex marriage. This is after the Supreme Court, in a landmark judgment, ordered for the recognition of same-sex marriages conducted outside Namibia. Our producer Lydia Pitu filed the story.
Spouse means a person, whether male or female, who is married to a person of the opposite sex, and includes a person who is a party to a foreign marriage. Opposite sex means the male sex in relation to the female sex, that's A. B, female sex in relation to the male sex. So if you don't follow in this category, I'm sorry, the train has left you at the train station. Sex being is determinatively assigned for purpose of birth registration, and the opposite sexes has a corresponding meaning. One other key definition is that of foreign marriage. A foreign marriage will only be considered to be valid in Namibia if it meets the requirements of Clause 31. One such requirement is that such marriage must be consistent with the laws of Namibia which apply to marriage. In other words, if such foreign marriage is not capable to be recognized in accordance with the laws of Namibia relating to marriage, such marriage will not be recognized in Namibia, such as same-sex marriage.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Home Affairs, Immigration, Safety and Security has issued an alert to the public regarding a syndicate involved in producing and selling counterfeit Namibian birth certificates and identification documents. The ministry's executive director, Etienne Maritz, noted this illicit behavior threatens the integrity of national records as well as national security. Shalva Wolves filed this insert.
Marat said the public is once again reminded that services such as first registration of birth and application of identification documents are provided free of charge by the ministry. He further urged the public to remain vigilant and report any suspicious activities related to the production or distribution of fake national documents to the nearest law enforcement authorities or the Ministry of Home Affairs, Immigration, Safety and Security. He added that the public can be rest assured that the ministry has the ability to verify the authenticity of its national documents and that anyone involved in the production or use of counterfeit documents is committing an offense and will face appropriate prosecution. Sylvia Hashondali reporting for Primetime News.
Now, Namibian Police Force Commissioner Kauna Shikwambi revealed a body of an unidentified male was discovered earlier today around 7:30 morning hours in Commersdal, behind the Namibian Training Authority on Mahatma Gandhi Street. Our producer Lydia Pitiri was on the scene and filed this insert.
It is alleged that a passerby saw the body of a person hanging from an electricity transmission tower and promptly alerted the police. Shikwambi further noted that upon investigation, it was observed that the body was that of a male wearing a black and blue tracksuit with white stripes. The body has not been identified yet, and the next of kin have not yet been informed. Furthermore, the motive behind the incident remains unknown as investigations are ongoing. Shikwambi noted that for identification purposes, the public can visit the police mortuary. Reporting for Primetime News, Salima Shimwefeleni Masipa.
Stay tuned for your talk roundup and the business segment. Welcome to the Primetime Biz Slot. Tonight's slot casts spotlight on the Kunene region, which has been heavily affected by drought, prompting farmers in the Oicho constituency to diversify their income through the production of charcoal. This follows a decade of poor rainfall and failed harvests, as well as livestock losses due to the drought. Most commercial farmers in the constituency are facing dire consequences, with some affected residents relying on the government feeding program for survival and others switching to charcoal production. Our correspondent in the region furnishes us more.
Ocho constituency councillor Johannes Ancino said in an interview on Tuesday that most farmers of Ocho rely on rain-fed farming, which makes their livelihoods highly vulnerable to worsening climate conditions. He said, as a result, some farmers have diversified their incomes by producing charcoal as a means of paying off their farms and maintaining their livelihoods. According to Ancino, charcoal production is prospering in the surroundings, with recent reports indicating that there has been a major increase in output in the Ocho area over the last few months. In the context of livestock loss as a result of drought, Ancino was unable to quantify the exact amount, but indicated that scores of livestock have perished, impacting residents' livelihoods and placing more than 4,000 people at the mercy of the government food program in the Ocho constituency. Sylvia Hashondali reporting for Primetime News.
On to Namibia-Botswana relations. Botswana President Mokgweetsi Masisi revealed to his Namibian counterpart, President Nangolo Mbumba, that he is ready and willing for the two countries to collaborate in erecting a one-stop border post at all border points shared by the two countries. He was speaking earlier today at the opening of the Swakopmund International Trade Expo at Swakopmund.
The collaborative efforts between Botswana and Namibia to enhance infrastructure connecting the two nations, thereby ensuring seamless movement of goods, services and people, are ongoing. It is with pleasure that I announce the agreement to establish a one-stop border post in Mamuno, reflecting the advancement of negotiations on the draft agreement of the one-stop border posts. This progress follows Namibia's enactment of the One-Stop Border Posts Act, underscoring our commitment to streamlining border processes for increased efficiency. And let this be the one step, Your Excellency. Let's do it to the other borders too. If you are ready and willing, I am too. And I bet you we can do it within less than 5 months.
This concludes tonight's top segment, as now we'll look at tomorrow's countrywide weather conditions, followed by a roundup of the latest economic news, as well as the Sport Planet segment. Welcome to the segment unpacking all things sport in action. The national senior men's football team, the Brave Warriors, advanced to the semi-finals of the COSAFA Cup after defeating Seychelles 3-1 this afternoon. The 2024 COSAFA Cup is currently underway in Namibia, South Africa. Namibia finished second in Group C level on 7 points with Angola. The Brave Warriors won 2 matches and drew 1 in their group stage. A big kudos to the Brave Warriors for advancing to the semis and wishing them even more success at this stage. On to the Euros. Retiring German veteran Toni Kroos says he's confident Friday's blockbuster Euro 2024 quarterfinal against Spain would not be the last game of his career. Kroos announced in May he would hang up his boots after the Euros on home soil, meaning this week's match in Stuttgart could be his final game. We'll still be in the tournament for a while, Kroos told reporters earlier today at Germany's base camp in the Bavarian village of Herzogenaurach. We will have to wait and see the result of this blockbuster matchup. Stay tuned for your sports roundup. On that 2024 Euros note, this is where we dock for tonight. Many thanks for making a date with me. Catch me tomorrow for another edition. From myself, Michael Madimba, and the entire production crew, it's good night.